I had been held up kidogo, but now I'm here. So last week we talked about, we asked the comrades of EXO like to talk about all the topics that they think are important to discuss, the topics that are really straining them, or the topics that they come along with them. So and we did it in using an anonymous link, whereby you people commented on it. And from what we found out, the topics that we were supposed to discuss about, the first topic was depression. Some people wanted to talk about this depression and how to deal with it. Others wanted to talk about family toxicity and how to deal with it. Some of you guys said that we should talk about suicidal thoughts. And the last topic that we were to discuss was about masturbation. And from our chairperson, Wendy, she decided that instead of having someone to talk about it, that we should do it as an in-house talk, whereby it's an open talk. If you have an issue from the above topics, you can either give us ideas on any of the topics, and yeah, we can talk. If you have anything that you feel like you can express yourself from the 4 topics or the 4 subtopics that we are talking about today, you can do that. I've seen that you are talking about depression, and most of how am I supposed to say it? Depression is something that everybody's passing through. Okay, we pass through stress first before going to depression, and if stress is not managed well, it tends to become depression. And when one is depressed, there are some symptoms or there are some signs people that are depressed. And I'm just going to give a little background on depression. Then afterwards, I'll make it an open discussion on depression. First, we talk about depression. Then I give a small something detail about family toxicity. Then we shall discuss about the family toxicity open talk, whereby everybody is supposed to talk about it, to give ideas, because today we're just talking about us. It's all about us. So about depression, let me start with depression. So even last week, ukiwa depressed, hauwezi furahia. Ukiwa one, it is how it also affects how you handle your daily activities. Badala ya uamke, you take a cup of tea, unaamka unatoka nje, unajipata because of being depressed, unajipata kwa nyumba, then you are in a rush to
Oh, sorry, I've seen that Hilda has left. Let me try to contact her so that she can be back in a few minutes. Sorry for the inconveniences. Before she comes back, maybe I can welcome Wendy to tell us something before Hilda comes back. So welcome, Wendy.
Okay, so good evening. First of all, I would like to apologize for any inconveniences. The topic today was supposed to be depression and suicidal thoughts, and maybe trying to manage the whole mental health issues. I guess I cannot add a lot of things because I don't know what Hilda had prepared. But one thing I'd like to tell each one of you is that um, things such as suicide are normal, and let this is why you feel as if you're this world, because something's come and go, and suicidal thoughts is one of the things that is actually killing a lot of youths out here. Suicidal thoughts, it's what kills our joy, it's what kills our dreams, it's what kills our ambitions at the end of the day. And no one is supposed to feel as if they're not worthy, as if they're not valid to be in this world. Let each one of us find their own value, because at the end of the day, we are all gifted with different talents, different gifts, we have different skills, and each one of us is important to be in this world. Each one of us is very valid to be in this world. Each one of us is very important to be in this world, and nobody should feel as if that if I leave this world, I'll be making an impact. Actually, things such as suicide, whenever you think about suicide, you're not making any impact. It will affect more people than actually you think, because at the end of the day, we have families, we have friends, we have our own circles, and it will affect how their normal lives will be, because each and every time they will be living with that guilt of, I wish I wish so and so would be here today. I wish I talked to them. I wish they spoke out. So suicide actually causes more damage than good to us, and nobody should actually feel as if they're not worth to be here. And on matters to with depression, one thing I always say is, as much as possible, let each one of us try and speak out. Let each one of us, even if you won't talk to all your friends, look for that one friend. I listen when you speak up, at least your problems get to be solved. If you don't trust your friends, you can always like trust a trusted, maybe expert who has expertise in all these things to do with mental health. Somebody who has a clue of what mental health is. Mental health is still an important aspect in our lives. It affects our social backgrounds, our financial backgrounds, like every aspect of our lives, how we even study at school. Sometimes you usually wonder why students like they're failing in the examinations. Like you might find a student who has been performing well like all through, like they've been performing all through, but all of a sudden that student is not performing well. Why? Because when our mental health is unstable, it will affect everything. Like when our mental health at some point, it will affect everything, because as I have said, like mental health always affect every aspect of our lives, whether it's our social, our social backgrounds, our financial backgrounds, like everything. It will also affect even our well-being with other people, how we relate with other people, how we talk, how we communicate. Mental health affects everything. So I think I've seen Hilda. I don't want to talk a lot. I'm having network issues. Like I've been dealing with network issues like for the longest time, and I apologize for any inconveniences like that have happened. But always feel free to come to my DM or any other leader's DM. We shall help you. If you feel as if you're not valid, always remember, affirm to yourself a lot. Be saying good things to yourself, positive things to yourself. Affirm strongly every time you wake up. Affirming whatever you speak from your mouth, it's actually manifests in our lives at the end of the day. Let us always be positive. Affirm strongly, say who you are, say you're worthy, say you're valid to be in this world. Like at the end of the day, we're still valuable to be in this world, and we have a lot of dreams, we have a lot of goals to achieve, and suicide will never ever solve any problem. I think I'll give Hilda this chance. Yeah, I'm struggling with network na naona nitaanza kukatika for no reason. Sorry kindly for any inconveniences caused. Have a good evening, asanteni.
Thank you so much, Joki. And sorry guys, network yangu penyu inasumbua, but I'm trying my best kukaa place kuna network. So I hope kila mnanisikia. Please Jupiter confirm that mnanisikia. Please.
Yes, you are audible.
Okay. So I've heard that Joki has talked about depression. So anybody that is willing to share on the topic of depression, from the little that we have learned, from the little that I've talked about, from the little that Jupiter has talked about, and from the little that our chairperson has talked about, anybody that can add or deduct from what we have talked about, please raise your hand so that I can call you, please. Around 5 minutes of let's take 5 minutes for depression. Anybody that feels anybody that has a question, anybody that feels like maybe we have missed a point that needs to be talked about, anybody that feels like, hey, I need to share something, please do that. And if you are unable to share it hapa, unaweza pia ni inbox, you can inbox Joki or Jupiter, and then we will just talk about it. We won't even mention your name or anything. We just talk about what you have posted directly. Is that okay? So please, let's just discuss. It's an open talk. Anybody wants to talk about depression, please? Thank you so much, Embu TV. We appreciate so much for the marketing that you are doing for us. Thank you so much. Okay, seems like we don't have any person that is willing to share on the topic about depression. But as the chairperson and Jupiter has talked about, depression is something that can be managed. Depression is something that when you talk about depression, it doesn't mean that the end root of depression is death or anything. No, depression is okay. We should always take it in a light manner, or whereby when there are ways of managing grants last week, and the first one is talking. Our chairperson has seen that as we should always find a shoulder to lean on when you're talking to them. And I remember in a manifesto the last time I talked about a safe space. You see, when you are depressed, you need somebody that you will go to share your issues with. Let me not call them depression. Your issues with, whereby if I choose that Joki is my safe space, I'll go to Joki and tell her, this is what is happening to me, and I don't want you to talk. I just want you to share what I feel like. And after I've shared what I feel like, I think I'm going to feel relaxed. If not, I'll ask you for your advice. You see, something like that. So Joki becomes your safe space, whereby you go, you share your issues with her. She doesn't have to advise you. She just needs to give you a listening ear, whereby after you have shared your issue, if you feel like, hey, and I need to be assisted, then you can request her and ask her, please assist me now. I need to be advised 1, 2, 3 issues. You see. And then the other thing is, the other way of managing depression is we have mental health facilities. You can also visit a mental health facility whereby they are going to guide you, and they're also going to treat you, because there's a stage of depression whereby it can only be managed through a mental health facility.
Hilda, kindly you are breaking. Seems like Hilda amepotea tena, ni juu ya network. Acha nijaribu kumtafuta alafu arudi ndo tuendelee, but I would like to welcome anyone who want to add something on what we are discussing on, that is on depression. Maybe we would like to hear from you. Maybe a story or anything that you would feel free to share with share with us, and we can learn this together. Oh, Hilda, I can see you are back. You can proceed.
Sorry guys, aki net yangu inasumbua, but I'm going to try my best. I'm really trying my best. Net ndio inasumbua, so please just bear with me. So I was talking about the unrealistic expectation that a parent puts onto a child, whereby you are in school, unasoma, and then when you're still in school, unasoma, they expect you, one, to take care of your siblings. Two, they expect you to do shopping for the family. Yes, you're in school. They expect you to provide a school fees for yourself. No. Those are some of the expectations, the highest expectation that most of them give to your that come from family toxicity. So the other one is harsh criticism, whereby even if you do something good at home, there's still that negative feedback that you get. You find that you wake up in the morning, you go unaenda unakamua ng'ombe, but unaambiwa like ulikamua ng'ombe na maji baridi. You see, so at the end of it, like that is family toxicity. Unakuwa affected, unaona. The other one is neglect or neglection, whereby you're not there, you don't get the emotional support that you need from the family, and you don't you don't get the emotional support, you don't get the physical support, you don't get financial support from the family. The other one is manipulation and control, whereby they guilt trip you, or they just blame you for any reason. The other one is poor communication, whereby you are not able to communicate with your parents. Not the communication, not in this generation, most of the time, it's very hard to communicate with parents, but I'm not talking about that communication. I'm talking about whereby you have an issue, but every time you go to communicate the issue to your parent, they assume, and in that, it makes you feel like you are lesser than the others, because you go with your issue, they don't even care about what you're talking about. But if a sibling of yours goes home with the same issue, they listen to them and they advise on the same matter. I hope I'm still audible. Aki, I'm trying to nimejaribu kutafuta net. I hope I'm audible.
Yes, you are still audible.
Okay, thank you. So is it bad? The other thing is, how do you deal with the family toxicity? So one, you have to set your boundaries, because without boundaries, they tend to cross the boundaries. Let me use that word, whereby you don't you have to set your own boundaries, and you have to be firm with your boundaries and consistent. Ukiamua like I'm not going to, you have to talk to them like for high expectations. Let me use high expectation as the issue here, whereby that you are asked to pay your own school fees and yet you're in school and you're not working. So you have to be firm and set your boundaries and say, I'm still in school, and the fact is that I need your support. No, because at the end of the day, I'll graduate, nitapata kazi. From there, I'll be able to support the siblings. I'll be able to do what you want me to do as at now. No. So dealing with family toxicity, you have to set your boundaries and you have to communicate them and be firm and consistent with them. The other one is if you feel like the family toxicity is very much inakupea depression, inakupea suicidal thoughts, it's okay to detach yourself from them. Unaona, you have to limit your contact with them. Si lazima ati kila time unapiga simu and when you make a call, the first thing that mzazi anafanya ni start shouting at you for no apparent reason. And the main thing that you wanted to say ilikuwa tu kumsalimia, kumjulia hali, and then akapala akisema, oh, your sister is doing this and this, oh, she's a pirate, she's building a house, oh, you are just, no. If a parent does that, you have to limit your contact with them. No. Then the other one is seek support, whereby you have somebody to talk to. No. You go to Jupiter and tell him, hey, Jupiter, mimi kwetu home kuna kuanga hivi na hivi. And I feel like it's inafanya nisisome, it's depressing me, it's giving me suicidal thoughts. I think I just, you express yourself. So you have to seek support when you are dealing with family toxicity. And then the other one is you have to practice self-care, kujipenda. No, because family, from what we have seen, family toxicity is whereby unaachiriwa, like you feel you don't belong to that family. Sometimes you even ask yourself questions, kwani niko adopted? Because the way these ones are treated, not the same way you are treated. And I saw a topic somewhere whereby they were talking about firstborns, whereby that firstborns have been given them a date to act as deputy parents. Unaona, whereby firstborn fanya one, yani firstborns are like parents to their siblings. Unaona, but no, imagine that thing in ya kitambo. These days, what I learned from that discussion is that these days firstborns need to love themselves more than the others, because at the end of the day, hii maisha ni yako. Sawa, it doesn't mean that you don't love your siblings, it doesn't mean you don't love your parents. No, it means that you need your peace of mind. That is one. It means that you are taking care of your mental health. Unaona, so practice self-care. Take yourself out for lunch. If you ukikaa home during the holidays and you feel like, hey, manze hii pressure imekuwa mingi, just walk out, go have buy yourself some lunch, then go back home. You'll be relaxed, or just go ask for go out with somebody, a friend, have coffee, discuss with them. That is seeking support, and at the same time you are expressing or practicing self-care on yourself. Make sure that you exercise, you do your hobbies. Then the other one is to stay calm. Ukiona like me, I always tell myself that calmness is the solution to most of our problems. Because when you are calm, you are able to think. You are able to think critically, and you're able to solve a lot of problems when you are calm. Ukipata like you are at home and then you are arguing with your siblings, sauti zote ziko juu, nobody's going to listen to the other one. But when you come at a point whereby that your sibling ako high, they are annoyed with you, they are angry with you, wanashout, wanakutusi, and you are very calm, it makes you think like, hey, do I need to limit contact with these people? What do I need to do? Unaona, a calm mind is a solution to everything. Okay, so that is how we are going to deal with family toxicity. So I can see we have around 10 minutes. So anybody that feels like adding to that topic, and before that, I would like to give you guys a story whereby I had this friend of mine. He was working, Nona, and there are around 4 of them in their family. He was working at a certain company whereby alikuwa anapata pesa, then the money that he gets alikuwa amezoea kutumia the mom, unaona, ana calculate pesa zake, then assigns a mom some money for upkeep, but hiyo job haikuwa inalipa vizuri, but he always made sure he sent some money to the mom for upkeep. And then after an year also, the firstborn wa familia yao akapata job which was paying double the amount, unaona. And then so anytime jamaa anatuma pesa kwa mamake, the mom is like, oh, unamtumia change, I don't want your money anymore. Oh, if you don't know how to support your mom, just say kama utaki kunisaidia. That is how she was doing. Okay, juu sasa the firstborn ameanza kusupport the mom, and juu anafanya kazi nzuri, anampea pesa enough, unaona. And then this jamaa is like, hey, nasi nimekuwa nikisupport mom throughout, plus the sister. And then after a while, so the sister is married, and then unapata like they are squandering the money, and then after certain weeks anapigia the mom, and she's like, mom, I need some money. So the mom anapigia jamaa atumie sister ke pesa, unaona, na si ati loan, hapana. Na so that time sister yake amemwomba pesa, akamwambia me I don't have money, so sister yake akatumia the mom as a path kuomba pesa. And the mom is like, hebu tumia sister yako pesa, she is in need, akona emergency, mtumie pesa sahi, naona. So jamaa anatumia sister yake pesa, and then that same time ametuma pesa, the sister anapost kwa status venye amejipeleka out, yeye na bwanake, sorry for that, yeye na bwanake na mtoto, naona. So after a while the jamaa is like, hey, Hilda, mimi sielewi what's not happening, because I'm doing this and this, and I'm still supporting our siblings wetu wengine, but anytime I have an emergency, nikiitisha madhe do, ananiambia hana. Nikimwambia si uniombe kwa sister, ananiambia sister ako na familia, unaona. But anytime sister ako na emergency, anitishe do niseme sina, aitishe madhe aseme hana, anafanya nini? Anakam like anakuja ananiambia nitume do, hata sikumwambia nisaidie, ni kuniambia tumia sister kwa pesa, unaona. So I asked him, is that inakupea peace of mind ama unakuwa stressed kila time? And he's like, hey, mimi hata situjii mimi. Okay, this jamaa alikuwa ameanza kuruhusu it, so I had asked him, tulikuwa tunafanya kazi na yeye, I had asked him why unafanya mtu joke like, hey, kuna unaenda gym siku hizi juu umeanza kuruhusu it? And he's like, hey, la sikuruhusu it, unaona. So in that situation I asked him, ndo akaniambia, and I'm like, okay, so do you have peace of mind? Ananiambia no. Is the family helping? Unaona kama unapata faida kwa hiyo familia? And he's like no. And then I told him, why don't you limit contact? Unaona, jitoe kidogo kutoka kwa familia, uone how they are going to behave, unaona. And apparently this jamaa akaniambia, you will try that. So na nikamwambia pia, you have to take care of yourself first before you take care of anybody else. So the jamaa akajitoa kwa home kidogo, akaacha contact ili ya kushinda kipigia madhe, kumtumia do na nini. And then the mom realized that pesa za sister yake wasn't enough, so akaanza kutafuta jamaa. That was now after months later, and the jamaa is like, hey, leo ameanza kunitafuta, and I'm like, do you feel like umeheal from that